sandwich? Oh, is it a sandwich? If I called a hot dog a sandwich, do you think that you'd be fine with it? If not, then why? Let's bust this wide. Mary, Carrie, Kelly, Matt, oh my, is it a sandwich? Well, let's decide.
Hey folks, now we're at the last episode of the season. Let me pop a cold brewski. Yeah, that's a root brewski, that is, because, that's how we roll here. Oh. Hey! Is that root beer? How you doing, man? Oh, don't worry. I got one for you too. There we go. Enjoy. Drink up. And now for order up.
Oh my
Gosh.
My dog is loving that intro, man.
Oh my goodness.
Someone say root beer? Oh, that's great. Everyone, we have made it to the end of this season.
We did
it is big reveal day. We're going to find out which side of this coin wins. I'm your friend, your pal, Kelly Zimnikas, coming to you from Toronto with my sidekick, Dolly Parton, my dog, not the actual son. She is not here. Matt, Carrie, Mary, how are we doing today? How are we feeling about the big reveal?
Oh, this is Carrie. I'm pretty excited for the big reveal, and I feel very hopeful that Team Pop will come out on top.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not positive today. I feel like I'm missing another challenge.
Mary's so beaten down.
Do some meditation over it, saying it's okay. We'll zen through this.
Yeah, we will. I think so. Matt, how are you feeling? Is Heather giving you any insight as to how this season might end up?
I think she's feeling it's going to go Pop too. Like, yeah, she's just it's just what everybody says. Although I've realized, when I'm referring to non-colas, I do seem to call it soda.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, like I'm like, I'll have some. I'm not like I'll have some orange pop. I'll have an orange soda.
Right.
Which I didn't realize until recently.
Huh. That is interesting.
I think that's a me thing. I don't think that's a everybody thing. Yeah.
I wonder what that says about our personalities. This should be a BuzzFeed quiz.
Let's be honest. There's already at least 3 BuzzFeed quizzes about this. Like, how does your cola define you?
Exactly. Oh my gosh. Well, we've obviously always got the most fantastic guests for you, listeners, but I'm really excited about our guest today. But before we get to her, Matt, what do you have fact-wise to wrap us up for season 5?
Everybody is familiar with the A&W root beer bear. Yes. The A&W root bear. Mm-hmm. You hear that. There's a bear about to come out with the A&W. I mean, he got to start. He's actually the elder states bear of soda mascots. He started up in the early 70s as a Canadian marketing program. Like they said, it's like all part of the Canadian marketing campaign for A&W root beer. Did so well that they brought him to the States and expanded him to the A&W root beer and restaurants.
Wow.
Until the 90s, when he was sort of scaled back in favor of the burger family. He is not the only mascot. There is also Cool Spot, which is based on a 1984 British commercial, which is the 7-Up Spot.
What?
Which a few years later was brought to America and made the Cool Spot, where he's got sunglasses and gloves. And then several years later, Japan deciding to double down on everybody, in the mid-90s created Pepsiman for a series of commercials where it is a latex-clad man running around going, and shooting Pepsi out of his mouth.
This sounds like a horror movie.
It's awful. I was watching clips of it last night because Matt was kind enough to share some. Listeners, as soon as this episode is done, look up Pepsi Man and watch it during the day. Don't do it before you go to bed. Yeah. It's pretty weird.
It is pure weirdness. It's the kind of weirdness that only a Japanese marketing company can create.
It sounds like he has a really bad case of acid reflux.
It does. Yeah.
And he's using Pepsi. The backstory for him is even crazier because he was a PepsiCo scientist who came in contact with the holy Pepsi that transformed him into Pepsi Man, and I make none of that up.
Did you say the holy Pepsi?
The holy Pepsi. I don't know if it was blessed by the Pope. I don't know if it came from a sacred Japanese Pepsi spring. It's just the holy Pepsi.
Well, maybe.
Now it's religious.
Yeah, maybe I'm thinking with just the spewing of the Pepsi going back to the start of this season, maybe he has dyspepsia, which is, of course,
thank you.
Circle back.
That's come full circle.
That's a callback.
Now, the weirder thing about both Cool Spot and Pepsi Man is they both have video games.
What?
Oh.
They both have video. Now, Cool Spot has 4 video games. He's got an Atari ST Amiga game, which is kind of based on like Go. He's got an adventure game. And he's got 2 platformers. The first one's just called Cool Spot, which is actually a very good sort of 80s, early 90s retro platformer. And then Cool Spot goes to Hollywood, where he goes to Hollywood and somehow goes into movies and saves his friends from big, bad scenes in movies. It's weird.
Bizarre.
I love this.
It sounds a little Power Ranger-y to me.
Oh,
it's a bit. Well, you want to get Power Ranger? Try the Pepsi Man video game, where it's just Pepsi Man invading homes and running through streets, picking up Pepsi cans, and your only view is his butt. It's just you're in a chase cam following him with
it's an ass cam
sign. It's just like a good close-up view of his shiny butt.
Wow.
Yeah, it is madness. That is it.
Listeners, our guest who's about to come on just Googled what Matt was talking about.
It's really awful. I'm sorry.
We've got our facts. We are ready to go. Let's get started. This is episode 6 of season 5 of Order Up.
So, Kelly, who is our guest today?
Speaking of, oh my gosh, we are in for a treat today, friends. Our guest is a stand-up comedian who has been seen on Conan, Corden, HBO, Netflix, Comedy Central. You may have heard her on NPR, possibly, or possibly you have one of her 5 comedy albums or specials that have been featured on Amazon, Apple, ranked. One of them is made it to number 3 on Billboard too, which is a pretty amazing accomplishment. In addition, she is part of 2 great podcasts, The Jackie and Laurie Show, and I love this title, The Dork Forest. Currently, there is a new special, you got to check it out, called Looking Back, which was shot from a camera of a Mazda 6 in reverse. I love it. She's amazing. Please give it up for Jackie Kashian.
Yay, I'm here. It's happening.
Wow.
Can you guys hear me?
Man, Jackie.
Yes.
Maybe I back up. It seems, I feel like I'm at the Hollywood Bowl a little bit here. I don't understand why. It was just fine not long ago. And, well, guess what? You guys fix it in post. It'll be a delight.
Exactly.
So Jackie, what do you think of Pepsi Man?
Pepsi Man, it couldn't be creepier. Pepsi Man. If you YouTube Google Pepsi Man, you'll get 10 minutes of Japanese advertisements of Pepsi Man. And Pepsi Man, the first one they show is a child crying, and then all of a sudden Pepsi Man shows up to give a small child, 5, 4, some Pepsi.
Oh my God.
And it reminds me of someone telling me they went to a family picnic in North Dakota, and she had her 3-year-old daughter with her, and one of her cousins said, "Oh, has Ashley gotten the Oreo salad yet?
What?
Does she need some Pepsi in her sippy cup?" And she's like, she doesn't need any of that, and that's not a salad. So all it was Oreos and Cool Whip. That's an Oreo salad.
That's not a salad. That's a dessert.
It is a dessert, and I'm sure it's delicious in moderation. Salad, you're going to want to put a lot of that on your plate.
Oh my goodness.
Well, in Boston, it's called a dirt cake. Delicious.
Oh,
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sounds good.
That is
Hey,
nuts.
Carrie,
Yes.
have we, and I think I've got a lunch with both of you guys at the kitchen when Noor Hadidi was in town. No?
Oh, no. Although I do know who that is.
I do.
No, but I would love to meet you in real live person someday. And I'm going to go and download all of your albums after this because I'm so excited.
My finished
hear.
works are a delight. Right now, I am working on a new album, which it's a different kind of delight.
Ooh.
So,
more
in other
joy
words,
from you.
yes, not enough punchlines, or not enough laughs, or I'm not putting it right because you know what? It should be funny. As far as I'm concerned,
should be.
this is gold. This is gold. I'm telling you.
Well, Jackie, we have 5 very difficult and complicated questions for you today. We hope you don't need therapy after these questions. They are very deep, soul searching.
I noted a theme.
Yes. We do ask you to go back and, but you just do what you feel comfortable doing. We're not going to push too hard, but we'll start with question 1, which is, what was your favorite beverage as a kid?
Oh, red Kool-Aid.
Ooh.
Oh, delicious.
Sure. Yeah.
Nice.
Didn't realize that red Kool-Aid, as a child, I did not realize that you had to add sugar because it was cheaper to I was like, I believe my stepmother bought it with sugar added.
Yeah,
And
you could have done that.
I remember having a dime or 11 cents. You guys don't know this, but I was raised in the Appalachians in the 1912s. We got together, cobbled together 11 cents, you guys, went over to the grocery store, got a thing of red Kool-Aid, and didn't realize that you had to add sugar. And so that was terrible. Yeah, that was not what anyone was looking for.
I just saw a package of red Kool-Aid the other day in the stores with my daughter, who's now 13, and I've never made Kool-Aid at home. And she said, "Oh, Mom, let's get this." And I showed it to her, and I said, "Okay, so you put this in, you put the amount of water, but look on the back. You have to put in a full cup of sugar. It's a lot of sugar."
Oh yeah, but it's
She's
for
like,
a half
"Oh,
gallon.
I get it." Yeah.
It's for a half gallon, though. It's not,
Yeah, I guess, but
it's
it just
not
seems like a
Oreo
lot.
salad, but I mean, it's definitely a treat.
I mean, there's a reason why Kool-Aid Man goes bursting through walls, going, "Oh yeah!" So,
And then he sleeps moments later.
wakes, master walls.
Kool-Aid Man. Big sugar crash.
That's hilarious.
Okay, red Kool-Aid is a good call. I can kind of taste it in my mind right now. Jackie, what drink reminds you of your parents?
Oh my God, I have a lot of parents, you should know.
Okay.
It's the 21st century. So my father would be coffee. My mother, who passed away as a child, that'd be beer. My stepmother would be a regular Coke, just like what you're drinking over there, Carrie.
Nice. So a lot of caffeine in your family.
Plenty of, except for the beer, which is a downer. This was pre-beer with caffeine, which I'm sure exists now.
Yeah,
because who doesn't want to have both alcohol and Adderall at the same time?
Although it does roll off the tongue.
That's a country music. There's a country music song that mentions it. Her name's McBride, Ashley McBride.
Oh my!
And, she has and one of the lines is something about alcohol and Adderall, and
It sounds really good together.
right, it really does. Really sounds like you're going to get some stuff done, but you're not going to care.
Or a good name for an improv duo.
Yes.
I think that would be a great improv duo.
Yes. I'll bring that up to my little group. So speaking of caffeine, Jackie, for you, coffee or tea or neither?
You know what? I have recently gotten into a breakfast tea. I like a breakfast tea with a little bit of half and half, little whole milk. I like a milky tea.
Okay.
And an Eccles cake because I've become an Anglophile since lockdown.
What kind of cake?
Eccles?
What kind of cake is it?
I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. ECCLES.
I've never heard of that. What is it?
It's
Eccles
flaky
cake.
and then it has like a cranberry paste inside.
Oh,
It's a delight, is what I'm telling you.
we're gonna have to Google
But
this
I do
cake
drink
now.
about a pot of
Okay.
coffee a day as well. So, but when I sit down, I like to.
How do you take your coffee?
Oh, also just milk or cream, no sugar.
Okay. I love coffee. I think a lot of us are coffee drinkers on this show. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Though the Yorkshire
Now-
tea is nice. It doesn't grow in Yorkshire, as I think we all know.
We are learning so much today, everybody. It's
I
very
am
informative
looking up
episode.
this Eccles cake.
Okay, and
It small round cakes made from flaky pastry. I always love a good flaky pastry. I'll tell you now. Let's see, a mixture of sweet currants, candied citrus peel, and spices.
Okay, so currants, not cranberries. Okay.
Yeah, and it's one of the tastiest things to come out of Britain. So
Truth.
So there it is. I understand that with a nice tea. That's a delicious breakfast.
That's very nice.
Wow.
It's a nice.
I'm sure
it's a
that's been
nice
on the
treat.
Bake Off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Like
Well,
Polly
and
Hollywood
that's the
shaking
weird thing
some
about
of
it.
the-
I've never even seen them make it at the Bake Off.
Oh,
And well, you would imagine that they would.
Maybe it has to be, man.
Yeah.
let's start a letter writing campaign and say, like, where is it?
we demanded it.
So this is question 4. This one's sort of divided along country lines, American, Canadian, but let's see what happens here. Do you say soda or pop or soda pop?
I grew up saying soda. I moved to Minneapolis, which they say pop, and I often say soda pop.
This is such a
Wow.
complex,
All
complete
three.
answer.
Yeah, I like to complicate everything. You guys should know. You told me it wasn't going to get deep. Watch me do an East German reference at some point.
Well, we've not had an answer like this for this question yet. This is deep.
Raised on soda, though. Maybe you want to.
No, like even as a kid, like as a little kid, you had soda pop and everything.
Soda. 22 years old, moved to Minneapolis, pop.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I
29,
have a-
moved to LA, soda pop or soda.
Soda pop.
I have a question.
Mm.
Did you ever have soda along with your breakfast, Jackie?
Oh.
Not as a child. As a child, it was a treat. I went to college and I became addicted to Diet Pepsi
Coke.
and Tab.
Oh, Tab.
Remember
Yes.
Tab. Delicious. Yes.
It tasted just like the aluminum can. And and then I got a job and I switched to Diet Coke. Maria Bamford's new album, she references the Jackie Kashian drink as a half Diet Pepsi, half cranberry juice. That is my drink of choice when out at the bars.
Really?
But I like a Diet Coke cran more than a Diet Pepsi cran. But I don't know. I don't know why she switched it up. Her artistic license, but inaccurate.
I'm going to try that. Sounds delicious.
It is. It's really. It's just like a cherry Coke, but what you're doing is you're taking Diet Coke and cranberry juice, and it's the Jackie Kashian. Nobody calls it that.
I've never heard of that.
We'll get that started.
That's cool. You're inventing things. You're making people laugh. You're coming up with culinary drinks. Wow. There's so much happening with you. Now, the big question here.
Do you want the weirdest beverage? Oh, go ahead.
Yes.
Yeah.
We can do a bonus question 4B. Yeah. What's the weirdest beverage? And then we'll go to question 5.
My grandmother used to make a yogurt drink that was plain yogurt and water called Tan, Tan. And TAHN probably. And they sell it in bottle form here in Los Angeles because there's enough Armenians to warrant it. And there's plain and there's mint. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
It's sort of like
never heard of it.
Have you ever seen?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I love that stuff.
It's a cousin. Yeah.
A cousin to Kiefer cousin.
New season of 24 coming. Kiefer cousin.
Okay, here's our last question. So, what would you say? I think we know the answer, but we wanted to. You've mentioned a bunch of drinks. So, what would be your absolute favorite soda pop?
Oh, favorite soda pop.
Yeah.
Who knew there was a root beer bear? I also have to say that I once went to an A&W in Winnipeg and I ordered a root beer float and they said they didn't have it wasn't on the menu. And I lost my mind and I was like, do you know the recipe? You have all of the ingredients. And I was kicked out of that A&W. It was not one of the shining moments of my life. Let's just say
oh my God.
that a 16-year-old.
Yes.
I was justified.
Yes, definitely.
I would say. I mean, I'm trying to drink more water because none of us are drinking enough water. But it has to be a diet. I mean, it has to be. You know what? It's an iced coffee. Who am I trying to kid? It's an iced coffee where I just make a pot of coffee and then I pour it over, maybe some ice, maybe not, and then I put a little cold milk in it and I just drink it by the gallon. Who am I kidding?
I like it.
I have a secondary question for that. And this is my own, as you know, Jackie, because we know each other off of the podcast. I have some weird habits when it comes to food. I will have a Frappuccino at Starbucks, but I will not have the Frappuccino in the refrigerator at, say, a store where you can get it to go. I won't do it because it seems inauthentic. And it seems like
that reason is hilarious. It just tastes different. That's why I don't want to get one of those jarred Starbucks coffees in the have you ever the last time you went to a gas station and saw that there were 700 varieties of beverages that were available?
Yeah.
Yes.
So many Gatorades, so many Red Bulls, so many Soda Pops and waters and doodads and coffees and cold brews but
the cold brew, I tried a cold brew like in the bottle that you can get from the grocery, and it's not bad. Gotta say, you put a little milk. It's
you
nice.
Want to stay up? Sure.
Yeah.
My brother gave me a cold brew kit for Christmas during lockdown.
Oh.
And sadly, I was making cold brew and drinking it like it was regular coffee. So first time in my life I ever had sleeping problems. I had to put that cold brew kit away and take into account that nobody should be drinking that much cold brew. Right. I actually, and Red Bull has always kind of scared me, all the energy drinks. I don't know what's in them, and I don't, I'm happy enough. I mean, with chemical stuff, I'll just go with the Diet Coke, which is probably, causing tumors anyway, so it'll be fine.
But the cranberry juice will cancel it out because it has good nutrients. It's an antioxidant, and if you have a UTI, you can be up and fixing your UTI all at the same time. Look at that.
It's addressing my kidney issues immediately.
I love it. We're providing helpful advice on this show. I love it.
consult with a doctor. But anyway.
Definitely.
Disclaimer.
Yeah.
I've got a question for the room. Has anyone here ever baked or cooked with a soda or soda pop, or had a relative who did that?
Oh, no, I've heard the myth though. Have you done it?
Yeah, it's a thing.
I
I've made
haven't
7
done
Up
it,
cake.
but
My grandmother did.
yeah. Your grandmother made a 7-Up cake, Matt?
Yeah, 7 Up
Is that what
cake
you-
is a
yeah.
bundt cake, and it just gives it lemony
Oh.
zest because it's lemon.
Yeah.
And it's really
I-
nice, and it's kind of a very light cake because it's got the carbonation in there.
My
what a great-
family
that's
used
neat.
to make a roast with Coke, like a brisket.
Whoa.
Right.
And yeah, sweet and caramelizey, and yeah.
I prefer Guinness. I don't want it to. Yeah, I don't want it to be
With
sweet.
ya.
I kind of want my meat to be savory. The only meat
Yeah.
I'll do with the fruit is sometimes I'll do a chicken with an apricot, which is a Middle
Oh,
Eastern
that's nice.
recipe.
Hmm.
But some people like cherries. Some people,
Well, there's
Yeah.
a jerk chicken you can do with a Coke, which
Oh, yeah?
I have not tried,
Oh.
but I heard you can do a jerk chicken. And when I was visiting Toronto, I had the Guinness chocolate cake with a light sour cream frosting from one of the bars we went to. And I'll tell you,
Mhm.
I don't like frosting. I don't like sweet cake, so why bother? But I did, and it was delicious. So
It was. That was at Allen's on the Danforth, which was.
It was so
it's
good.
a great place to go
nice.
to. It was delicious.
Completely
Delicious.
unrelated. My favorite thing in Montreal is Portuguese chicken.
Yes.
Yep.
I am with you. Montreal's my
I'll take
hometown.
your celebrations off the air.
It is delicious. I'm a Montrealer, and as much as I love my smoked meat, the Portuguese chicken in Montreal with a Pepsi, because I'm a Pepsi girl. So
That Pepsi guy was super creepy, by the way. 'Cause all of a sudden, he looks like the Vision, but from the comic books, and then a hole just shows in his face when he just screams at people, and then it's 10 minutes of Japanese advertising is what it is. I don't know how they found so many white people. Because it was all white people.
yeah.
No Japanese people. And what I won't understand is why is he wearing like this big chain,
Yeah.
like this big hip hop style chain?
Because he's fly, man. He's fly. It's 1997 in his place.
Yes.
with a horrible case of acid reflux. I mean, that's really. I don't understand. It's, he's frightening.
Disturbing. Yeah, it's very, very disturbing. But did Matt and I both go on eBay to look up Pepsi Man merch? Oh, yes, we did. Yes, we did, guys.
Did you find it?
Yeah, he ordered some. Matt ordered some.
There's bottle caps, and there's the ones where it's Pepsi Man holding a piece of food, like a giant chicken leg, and a giant pizza slice, and a hot dog. So I got the entire food array.
Oh my God! It's what you can eat while you enjoy a Pepsi.
Exactly. So.
Well, friends, we're all going to go for therapy now that we've watched those commercials. But Jackie, thank you so much for joining us today. What are the socials? Where can folks find you? What is coming up?
Guys, I have a brand new website. It's called JackieKashian.com. Oddly enough, it's catchy. But if you can't figure out how to spell my name, you can go to FamilyPetAncestry.com because it points you to JackieKashian.com because I thought it was funny. Have you ever thought to yourself, did my cat come over on the Mayflower? FamilyPetAncestry.com.
Oh my
and then you just
gosh.
hit JackieKashian.com. Is my dog eligible to join the Dogs of the American Revolution? FamilyPetAncestry.com. And then all of a sudden you're at JackieKashian.com.
That's
And
hilarious.
so I'm on the road a bunch doing stand-up comedy. I have a bunch of all of my specials are on my website, and all of my tour dates are on my website. All of my merch is on my website. It's a delight to be me and to wander around my website. And I have 2 podcasts, The Dork Forest. Tomorrow's episode, I believe, is about the TV show News Radio. The Dork Forest is where people talk about what they love. Nice. And next week, it's gonna be weirdly British TV shows that a comic from New York named Liz Barrett really enjoys.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes. And when I was on the Dork Forest, we talked about reality shows.
Right. She picked some British. Didn't you pick like the darkest reality shows in the world? Like,
yes.
Like Love After Lockup or something?
Something like that. Yes. Yes. I did. I love that stuff.
My wife
True crime meets romance. Come on.
My wife loves Love After Lockup. She does.
It's the best.
I used to work in reality TV, and we had a saying in the offices, friends don't let friends do reality shows. That was our saying.
But you can watch it.
You can watch it.
You can watch it. Yeah.
Well,
She
listeners, thank you so much. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jackie.
Oh, no. I was just going to say thanks for having me on. There you go.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here, Jackie. Oh my gosh, Jackie Kashian, what a way to wrap it up. I just adore her. And you got to be in the same room with her for that, Mary. I'm very jealous.
We're neighbors.
That's a good neighbor to have.
Yep.
That is a good neighbor to have. All right. Well, are we ready? Do we have a drum roll on the audio panel there, Matt? Do you have something?
For next season, I'll have a drum roll.
Okay.
Let's do
I do have this. Not the right drum roll.
That's good enough. Good enough. And with that hi-hat, friends, despite the fact that Jackie said she says every single one of these, she says pop, she says soda, she says soda pop, Team Pop wins. Woo! It's Team Pop. I'm sorry, Mary. Jackie answered for Team Soda, but we narrowly beat you out because she also said yes to Pop.
Oh, it was a double vote from my neighbor. All right. I see how listen, first of all, I'm outnumbered because it's Canada. And Canada will say pop. I will tell you, my husband's originally from Buffalo. And when I went and I had beef on weck, I said soda, and everyone in the Anchor bar thought I was crazy. And then I had to change it and say I would like to have a Coke pop. So
you don't have to say both. You could say one or the other.
Well, whatever. So then I even looked more like a moron, and I was 5 months pregnant. But fine, It's fine. So I get it. I knew this day was coming, and I've been doing a lot of meditation over it. And you know what? Yeah. Go Canada.
Thanks, Mare.
Thanks, Mare.
She handles defeat. Now that we're in season 5, she's handled so much defeat, and she's handled it with grace and aplomb. And this is wonderful to see the growth in you, Mary. We're all proud of you.
I can't wait till we get to our other season because you will be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, we have a sweet surprise in store for everybody for season 6. But for now, if you are like me and have just started humming NSYNC's Dirty Pop, if we had the money, we'd play it right now, but we don't. Just go download that song to hear it. Team Pop does come out on top, but we're going to be back next season with I'm very interested to know who's going to say what for this, but it involves Friends, everybody's favorite ice cream. So it's going to be a sweet time. We'll see you next season on Order Up. Order Up is hosted and produced by Matt Ardill,
Mary Kennedy,
Larry Hayne,
Kelly Zemeckis.
And original music is by Rebecca McDonald.